Hi everyone, and yes, here I've got a job success story for you from Valia. It goes like this. I would like to share my job success story as I think that going through it will possibly give courage to some people. If you think it's a story worth telling, that's great. I was a bank officer for 10 years. Prior, I had a job in a private school, but only for a short period of time. Nonetheless, I enjoyed working in the education field. Working at the bank in my country is considered luck, difficult, and kind of a privilege due to the fact that the payment is high and the benefits plenty. When the first crisis hit my country, the banking industry shrunk and therefore cuts were being made. At that time, this wasn't one of my fears, as the ones that left were some high-paying employees or the ones with the low evaluation degrees. As the years went by, things became worse in the economic environment, and the time came in May of 2019 when me and some other colleagues were given options to choose if we wanted to continue working at the bank. Since the options were way worse to me than the position I held at the time, I chose to leave with a sum of money. That summer, 2019, I wanted to relax and enjoy and get my head together. 2 years of my life were changing. As 2018, I divorced my husband, and 2019, I lost my well-paid job. And so I started sending resumes from September of 2019. I worked for a month in December of 2019 in a spa as a receptionist, but the conditions were rather awful, and since I had the means, I left. Two of my goals, desires, were either working in HR and education field as an officer. From September of 2019 until November of 2020, I sent around 200 resumes. To enrich my resume, I started learning Mandarin, and I got a small certificate in HR. But I was only interviewed by 5 jobs. No calls. I was thinking of all the negative thoughts like my age, now 42, the former high-paying job, questioned my decisions. Finally, I got a job at City Hall, but after the 8th-month contract until only June of 2021. After, I immediately started searching for a job. This time I got several interviews, but it was me who declined. Then I decided that even though the time was coming when I would be in the need of any job, I was still only looking for what I wanted and not just for anything. Right after New Year, early of 2022, I got 2 interviews in 1 week. I wanted both jobs, one in HR and one in a highly renowned college. The job at the college wasn't going to start until April, and the successful candidates were going to be informed in March. A day after the HR position interview, they called me to tell me I got the job. It was the day after my name day celebration. We have that in my country. I was overjoyed. I still had in my mind what if they want me for the college, but at the time I decided to take the HR job since this was also one of my goals. So days went by. Me at the new job, a bit stressed, since every day when the phone rang I thought it would be the college, even though the job I had was very fulfilling. Then came March, and it was time to let go of the waiting and enjoying my HR job manifestation. A day after my birthday, while at work, I got a call from the college. Not only I got the job, but I was the first at the rank. Oh, that's great. In my whole life, I was never first at anything. And not only that, at the college, there were 2 available positions and I was first for both. What a joy for me, who as a child, I saw myself mediocre. The job at the college was about to start in April. I then gave 2 weeks' notice at the HR job. Easter was coming, no news from the college for when I was about to start. The job was certain, but I don't know why I was stressed. No call, no announcement, no nothing. Every day I was looking in a public website for such announcement and nothing. I called at the college, no news. They were waiting for necessary paperwork. I then saw your YouTube about Neville, the one you think about something for 5 minutes and then you really let it go. Just forget about it. My thought was that I was looking at my phone and I had a call from the college before Easter. I did that once and I really let go. Never looked at the website again to see the announcements. And one fine morning before Easter, as I was sipping coffee, I heard the phone, looked, and the familiar number. It was the college. Everything was done before Easter. And after I hung up the phone, the only words that came were thank you. Big thank yous. Big thank yous. I couldn't believe it, but at the same time believing it. I felt so relieved, such an amazing feeling. Furthermore, back at the interview, they said the hours were 9 to 5, but also some weekends and some everyday evenings. I said, okay. I prefer mornings, but okay. The next thing I wanted to manifest was only morning working hours. I affirmed that at some point I would be working only weekday mornings. Done! The first day I came, the man in charge told me that after COVID, the working hours are only in the morning and they wanted to keep it that way. Such a joy, a huge smile on my face. This is my story. Since I left the bank, I have worked on myself. I first started wanting to attract an ex. I contacted Agnes through email coaching. Then the job thing came, which was far more demanding for me. I had limiting beliefs. I want to sneeze. I had limiting beliefs there as well. So I mostly did self-love. I thought if I focused on my work goals, I would have my negative thinking. Besides that, it's better to do the self-work. Meditations, affirmations were the right techniques for me. I tried to script, but it sometimes felt like a fairy tale, so I let that go. After leaving the city hall, I had a better aspect on all matters. And yes, emails and YouTubes were stuck in my mind. When you are calm, you can attract. I felt that I was worthy of the best job. I'm going to read that again. I felt that I was, excuse me, worthy of the best job. So love that. And through COVID, when everyone was predicting a gloomy future, I was affirming this works to my benefit. I was thinking about it all the time. When I left my application at the college, I saw the sign and thought, I will be seeing this sign every day on my way to work. Something inside me knew it. I had bumps and second thoughts, but not anymore. This is my biggest manifestation so far. What I want to say is that I wasn't so consistent through the years. I also manifested new great man, but we now broke up. I contacted Agnes via email and she gave me great advice. I thought I had resolved my issues, but you have to be consistent and persistent in order to do that. Not in a stressful way, but this has to be a way of life. Like going to the gym or whatever you do in your everyday life. I still have so much to learn, and hopefully I will send you a SP success story soon. Through difficult times, your YouTubes and yes have given me something to think about. I'm writing you my success story, something I dreamt since I found you. That's lovely. Promise to my future self, SP success story, car success story. Beautiful, Valia. That's gorgeous. So excited for you and wonderful. I hope you're enjoying that job now. I will put down below anything that Valia mentioned and the Dream Job Success Story playlist. It's also got Dream Job meditations and other bits and pieces for you. And I just want to say too that I'm reading this on my iPhone and you can see that it's, you know, quite small print and I am not using my glasses. So for those of you that are doing the self-love for eyes video, I'll put that down below. I'm doing it about 4 to 5 days a week and I'm being consistent. And as Valia said, it's being consistent and making this part of your life. So lots of love, everyone, and I will see you in the next YouTube.